welcome to this spring flow. Today I am outside in the elements, welcoming in this new season. So all you're going to need for this practice is yourself, is your mat, and we are going to get straight into it. So I'll see you in a second. Okay, so starting by bringing our awareness into the space, into this new season, we're going to begin by placing one hand to the heart, one to the belly. Drawing the spine up nice and long, feeling the sit bones rooting down to the earth. And just feeling the flow of breath traveling in through the nose and back out through the nose. Maybe you even want to release the exhale with a gentle sigh out through the mouth. And just becoming aware of the rise and the fall of your breath. Physical sensation of that movement underneath the palms. And maybe setting an intention for your spring practice today. Why have you chosen to move with this energy? What are you calling forward as we move into the warmer months? And setting this intention from a place of I or I am, already present, manifesting it in the moment. Perhaps tuning into the senses if you're practicing outside, the wind moving around you. Maybe if you have some incense lit, you can tune into that soft smell of the smoke rising. I know for myself, I can hear the distant sound of a wind chime. So I'm just focusing my attention to each of the senses that are coming up for me. And that's not all 5, that's just a little bit of sound, the physical touch of the palms to the body. So maybe that's different for you. And starting now to call in a little bit of movement. I invite you to keep the eyes closed if that feels right for you today. We're going to firstly begin by bringing the right hand down onto our mat. And with an inhale, we're going to sweep the left arm up and over the head, just opening through the left side body. Taking 2 full rounds of breath here. And then as you take your next inhale, we're going to flow through the center and over to the other side. Stretching through the right side body this time. 2 full breaths, and then rising, both arms back up to the sky. From here we're going to take a nice big stretch, moving maybe side to side, any intuitive movement that comes in here. And then we're going to exhale, take a forward fold over the legs, keeping the sit bones connected to the earth, and maybe the palms up towards the sky in a position of surrendering. So releasing any hold of how you feel this pose should look. And just tuning into how it is for you today. On our next inhale, rising up through the arms, taking that little stretch, side to side. And then we're going to swap the legs over to the opposite side. So it may feel a little bit different this side, that's okay. We're going to inhale, reach up once again. Exhale, forward fold. The battle of practicing outside, stones falling. I have a fly on the camera. So sitting into your breath here. And then rising up, a nice big stretch to the sky. Maybe sigh the breath out as you release. And then we're going to come over onto all fours. So just finding your grounding to begin with, focusing the palms flat to the earth, maybe the tops of the feet connecting here, and then just allowing yourself to feel into each of the movements, so into the cat element of the pose, maybe moving side to side, and then that rounding of the spine, pressing away. And taking your time to call in the breath to the movement. You're going to drop the belly, inhale, lift the gaze, lift the chest. And as you take your exhale, curving through the spine, reversing the movement. Feeling into the flow of the body, waving forwards and drawing back. And making this our last full round, lifting the heart space. And as we exhale, drawing the body into this dome shape, we're going to begin to tuck the toes, send a little bit of weight backwards, stretching through the arms before rising the hips up. Come to find your first downward facing dog. So taking any little movements here that feel good for you in your body today. Maybe that's pedaling through the legs, rising up onto the toes and melting the heels back down. Or that might even be stillness for you, but just allowing the breath to continue to flow in that beautiful pattern you've already found, in through the nose, back out through the nose, and just exploring your energy levels as you rise up into downward facing dog, a slightly more challenging pose. And that's going to give us an idea of how we want to take this movement today. Turning the gaze up towards the hand, we're slowly going to walk one foot in front of the other as we come to find our forward fold at the top of the mat. So grounding the soles of the feet into the earth, maybe taking hold of opposite elbows if that feels right for you. And taking a nice bend in the knees. Keeping things nice and low before we plant those feet solely to the floor and begin to rise and unfurl all the way up towards the sky. Taking a nice big stretch here. Maybe it takes you a little bit longer to rise. And then just feeling into what the body is asking for in this moment. So noticing any stiffness, any tension, and how can you move into those parts of the body. Beautiful. And as we're moving with a spring flow today, we're going to move through a few rounds of our Surya Namaskar A. So beginning at the top of the mat, you can take this modified, a little bit faster, a little bit slower than me. But we're going to begin by planting the feet to the floor, calling in that sunshine energy coming our way. We're going to inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, float the chest down, forward fold. Inhale, allowing the body to rise, halfway lift. Exhaling to release. Beautiful. Stepping the left leg to the back of the mat first. We're going to release the left knee down. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky to find your low crescent lunge, adjusting as you need to, softening those shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, allow the hands to frame the front foot. We're going to step both knees to meet back behind us. Draw the spine long as we soften down to the earth. Inhale, roll those shoulders back, find lift in your cobra, maybe baby cobra, as we're still easing into our practice. Exhale to release, tucking the toes, sending the hips high once again. Downward facing dog, a moment to collect the breath here. And on an inhale, sweeping our right leg to the sky as we draw the knee forward to the nose. Place the foot up between the hands, lower the back knee down. Inhale, reaching the arms up to the sky. Opening the heart. Exhale, let those hands come all the way down, stepping both knees to meet. Sweep the weight forward, lowering to the earth. Inhale, finding cobra or baby cobra. And exhaling to release. Tuck the toes, send those hips up high. Walking the feet in as needed. Taking a few breaths to ground here. And then we're going to turn the gaze up towards the hands. This time we're going to jump all the way forward. And releasing over the thighs. Inhale, rising to your halfway lift. Exhale to release. Inhale, press the feet into the earth, rising all the way up. Exhale, melting the hands down to the heart. Ready to go again. You can take the modified version or of course continue with me. Inhale to reach the arms up. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to release. Stepping our left leg to the back of the mat first. Option to bring the back knee down, otherwise inhale to rise. Breathing here. Reaching those fingertips up to the sky, welcoming that sun in. Exhale to release, this time either onto both knees or stepping back into your high plank. Moving the weight forward, lowering down. Inhale, roll the shoulders, find your lift through cobra or maybe upward facing dog. Exhale to release, send the hips high, downward facing dog. Beautiful, a moment to arrive here. And then inhaling, we're going to sweep the left leg to the sky. Draw the knee forward. Place the foot between the hands. Take your time. Inhale to rise. Exhale to soften, reaching the fingertips. Maybe give them a little wiggle. Exhale. Melting down to the earth, coming back into your high plank or both knees down, and maybe moving through your chaturanga, or taking your time to release whatever feels good for you, and arriving back to find our downward facing dog. Lovely. So holding here, arriving back into the breath, we're going to begin to find our flow. Beautiful. So we're going to inhale, sweep our right leg up to the sky for three-legged dog, and then draw the knee once again all the way forward. If you like, hold it for a moment. Exhale to release, taking the time to position yourself, pressing that front big toe into the earth, extending through the back leg as we inhale, reach the arms to the sky. As we exhale, we're going to peel the arms open and press that energy forward. So we're going to do that a few times. We're going to inhale to lift. Exhale, open the arms, press that breath out, maybe even release through the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more times. Last one. Beautiful. From here, keeping the legs where they are. Of course, you can bring the back knee down. We're going to interlock the fingers behind the back and gently draw the shoulder blades together to open, lift the heart to the sky. To that abundant energy all around us. To soften this, you can of course bend the elbows. And releasing when you feel called. Maybe a little bit of flow here, whatever feels right for you. We're going to slowly melt the left hand down to the earth. Coming to find a twist here. So if you want to bring the back knee down, you can. And maybe experimenting with your gaze if you want to keep it to the side or lift it up to the sky. And then as we take our next exhale, we're going to soften the knee to the earth. Allow that arm to bring all the way around in a circle, and as it does, it's going to pick up that second one. Big breath here, and as we exhale, we're going to slowly shift the hips back and find our half split. So if you arrive here and you don't feel comfortable, you can of course move the left leg back just to give yourself a little bit more space, a little bit more room in the hips. And finding a straight spine. If you want to release the head over, more than welcome. You can of course as well keep a bend in that front knee. Find what feels good for you today. Just staying present with the flow of breath. Already the sun is starting to come out here. Beautiful. And when you feel called to, releasing those front toes down to the earth, we're going to open ourselves round to the long side of the mat. I'm going to switch so that I'm facing you. So say, just coming to find the long side of the mat, staying lifted. We're going to move through a few rounds of our surfer's lunges. So keeping our toes facing forward, maybe finding the floor with the hands. If you need to separate the legs a bit more, then do. And we're going to find our inhale through center, and as we exhale, we're going to bend over to one side. Inhale to rise through center. Exhale to release. So finding this flow backwards and forwards. If you prefer, you can bring the hands to rest onto the legs. And it's always nice as you find your inhale to find that flat back through center, and as you exhale to gaze over to the opposite side. Beautiful. So just traveling back and forth with your own flow of breath, maybe moving a little bit deeper each time. And making the last one come all the way around to the front of the mat. So from here we're going to walk our hands round, and we're going to find a little lizard pose. So dropping the back knee to the earth, opening up through the left side of the foot. We can bring our hands to rest down to the earth. If you like, you can always come down onto the forearms for a little bit of an extra stretch. Or alternatively, you can press the left hand into the thigh here, maybe finding a little bit of a deeper opening. So maybe taking a moment to explore what feels right for you, what feels good for you today. Beautiful. And bringing our foot back to center, planting both hands down to the earth. We're going to pick up our back knee and bring ourselves back to our high plank, ready to find a vinyasa, either bringing the knees to the floor or coming down through chaturanga. Beautiful. Inhale, roll those shoulders, find lift. Take a moment to breathe into the pose, feel the hips softening, and then exhaling to release. Tuck the toes, arriving up high, downward facing dog. Always the option to take child's pose if you like, but we are building on the energy today. So take it with what your energy levels feel like, what feels most aligned for you. And we're going to come to practice our flow on the other side. So I'm going to inhale this time to lift the left leg to the sky. Exhaling, drawing the knee up towards the nose and pausing for a moment here. Whenever you're ready, lowering that left foot to the floor, and inhale, bring yourself up to center. Taking a moment to arrive here, and then bringing the arms into play once again. We're going to inhale, stretch to the sky. Exhale, open the arms and push the breath forward. 5 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Beautiful. Take a moment to draw the arms back behind you, interlock the fingers, squeezing those shoulder blades together, slowly open through the chest. Feeling that fire through the back leg, in the belly. And then we're going to release opposite hand to the front foot, to the floor, finding our twist on the other side. Option to bring the back knee down if you like. Connecting through your foundations. And then mindfully taking the time to lower the back knee. That top arm is going to create a full circle all the way around. Picking up the other arm as we arrive up to the sky here. And then as we release the hands down to the earth, we're going to tuck those back toes and make space for us to arrive into our half split on the other side. Bringing the toes up towards the face. Feeling into the breath and feeling into both sides of the body. So remembering both sides will feel different. Working within your own capacity and limits. Maybe taking a moment to allow the head to relax. If you have a block, you can of course place it underneath the forehead. You can of course bend that left knee. And now just slowly melting the toes back into the earth, we're going to come to the long side of the mat, turning both toes to face forward, finding our surface lunges once again. So inhaling through center, maybe finding some lift. Exhaling to lower to the back. Inhale. Exhale. And again, inhale. Exhale to lower. Inhale to rise. Making this the last time you go to the back. Inhale through center. Exhale to the back. Inhale to rise, and then coming back round to the front of the mat. So you'll be on a different leg. I'm going to swap over, so I'll be equaling, just moving both sides in the same way. So we're going to come to find our lizard once again. So turning out onto the side of the toes, you can place the hand to rest into the knee, come down to the forearms, whatever feels right for you today. Breathing into that open hip. Calling in that spring energy, waking, unfurling the body, and taking our time to step all the way back. Find your high plank, and then draw the weight forward, lower to the earth. Slowly melting down, either through chaturanga or knees to the floor. That's completely up to you. And exhale to soften. From here, coming back to find downward facing dog once again, or of course the option to take your child's pose. A moment to collect the breath, re-establish that intention you set at the start of your practice. Are you still moving with this? And then lifting our gaze, either stepping the feet to the front or bending into those knees and hopping your way forward. So just taking a moment to rest down in our ragdoll, maybe just allowing the body to sway side to side, whatever feels good for you. And we're going to rise all the way up to standing, just to play with a little bit of balance flow here. So starting with our left leg rooting down to the earth, we're going to come to stand up nice and tall, maybe a soft little bend in that supporting leg, and when you feel ready, drawing the right knee in towards the chest and finding something to focus your gaze on out in front of you if you can. And whenever you feel ready, we're going to slowly begin to press the right toes all the way back as we find our warrior three. Holding here. You can be here, you can be here, you can be here, whatever is within your range today. Drawing the toes towards the earth. And you can stay here, practice that balance, or if you like, maybe taking the time to open up, find your half moon pose. Toes and hips opening to the other side this time. Maybe lifting the gaze. And then bending into that front knee. Wherever you are, we're going to find ourselves in a nice strong warrior two. Back toes come to the back of the mat, facing to the side, front toes facing forward. Lovely, and we're going to use that back hand to guide us all the way back to the top of our mat. See if you can squeeze that knee in, keeping hold of that balance. Exhale to release and shake it out. Beautiful, ready to go on the other side. So we're going to root down through the right foot this time, picking up our left knee. Same rules apply. Maybe bending into that supporting leg, finding a focus point, softening those shoulders. Take the time to find your balance. Remembering both sides will feel different. When you feel ready, you can bring the hands to the heart. Send that left foot all the way back to wherever you are within your own practice of Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3. Breathing here. You are welcome to stay here, or if you'd like, exploring half moon on the other side. Ooh, we extend the arms. Or we fall. If you fall, that's okay. Opening through the hip, extending the arms. And then maybe we are going to release So find a nice strong warrior 2 on the opposite side. So whether you're coming from half moon or warrior 3, taking that moment to arrive back to your warrior 2. And then you know what we're doing, we're going to pick up that left leg. Ooh, reach it to the sky. Don't worry if you have to stabilize yourself. It's all part of the practice. And then gently release. And as you release, taking the feet as wide as the mat and releasing the body down into that soft forward fold. Maybe taking hold of opposite elbows. Allowing for a sway to come in. If you have a yogi squat within your practice, malasana, you can of course come down and explore this here. Maybe arriving back out and then shuffling the toes together. We're going to step ourselves back to find our downward facing dog. Last little stretch here. And then release those knees as wide as the mat. Come to take your child's pose. Beautiful, releasing the head to the floor. Feeling back into your breath awareness. And that rise and fall of the chest. Softening the hips with every exhale towards the heels. And taking the time to walk the hands in as you come to sit up tall, stretching the arms nice and wide, opening the heart to the spring sky. And then exhale, give yourself a nice big hug in here, dropping the chin down towards the chest. Beautiful, opening once again. Maybe a gentle pull from side to side, and then wrapping the arms. Beautiful. Taking the time to maybe roll the shoulders. We're going to bring the legs round in front of us. Gravel stuck to my hands. So we're going to slowly bring the soles of the feet to touch the floor, arms to the side, and slowly beginning to melt all the way down to the earth. So starting to activate the core as we come into those warmer months. Slowly releasing until you're struggling to hold any more. And you can soften to the earth. Allow those feet to stretch up towards the sky, coming into our happy baby pose. Drawing the chin slightly down towards the chest, tailbone to the earth. And maybe a soft sway from side to side if that feels right for you. And welcoming you to take any little movements that you wish to take, maybe straightening one leg, bending the other one in. I feel like a frog when I do this, so that's kind of spring energy. And then when you feel called, releasing those feet down to the earth and slowly sliding one leg at a time. Releasing into your Shavasana, maybe the palms of the hands facing up towards the sky. And settling into that place of peace, of attunement to the season. As we build our energy and plant the seeds of change, of hope, of intention ready to blossom. Calling that flow of breath back into existence. If you like, you can of course bring one hand to the heart, one to the belly, feeling the physical sensation of the breath, helping us to ground a little bit deeper. Again, tuning into the senses around you. I don't know if you can pick up the birds are very active here right now. And sharing in this existence with the natural world around us. We are just as part of spring as the birds, the flowers, the trees. So enjoy it. When you feel ready, maybe with the eyes still closed, just taking the time to bring your feet back onto the mat. So maybe the knees draw in. Feeling those roots of energy connecting you with hopefully the rest and relaxation you've taken through the winter months, ready to guide you strongly through the wheel of the year. And slowly coming to roll over to one side whenever you feel ready, allowing your intention to fill you and sending it away with a silent thank you, thank you, thank you. Taking your time to scrape off any gravel from your hands, or just coming up to a comfortable seat. Eyes can remain closed for as long as you like. I'm just taking a nice deep inhale in through the nose. Exhale, release out through the mouth. Bringing the hands to rest together at the heart center, collecting that magical spring energy you've created in the body, soul, and mind today. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope to see you here again soon. If you like this video, please give it a like below and hit the subscribe button. It would be great to have you back joining in our Earth Angel Collective. Have a beautiful rest of your spring season.